Hey guys, my name is Zach. Welcome to my review of the Banpresto Ichiban Kuji prize figure. This is the Oozaru, and this is a 2008-2009 release. And this is a really cool figure. It's still sealed in its box. You can see there's a little bit of dust there, but I really like this figure. I got it from eBay last week for an absolute steal, $87 plus $10 for shipping. And out of the box, you can see this thing is majestic. It's fantastic. This just feels like it's been ripped straight from the Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z scenes and put into your collection. It's just really nice. The painting is really solid. It's definitely painted. There's some parts there where I had small amounts of paint rub, which I was able to touch up, but this is just really cool. The pose here is obviously roaring, maybe after the transformation, and it's just painted really well. The sculpting is really good. The fur is, it doesn't have like a uniform texture throughout. There's definitely some variance in the fur. The joint lines are maybe a little sloppy where the arms were attached to the body, though with this being a prize figure, something that you're not going to go out and spend the money for, that you could technically get for as low as $5 or $6, I'm able to forgive that issue with the sculpting. Looking at it from the side view here, you can see that tail, and that tail is a separate part that you attach out of the box, and I just really like the curve here in the tail. It just looks really cool. Giving it a 3/4 view, you can get an idea of the face, which we'll look at in a second, and this is really nicely sculpted. I do wish maybe that the chin was separate from the chest, but if you look at the anime, the chest is puffed out so much that the chin really does rest right into that chest, so it's not totally inaccurate. One thing I thought was kind of odd was the vinyl is very squishy. Not super squishy, but if you give it some pressure, you can deform it a little bit. And another thing I thought was kind of weird was the feet here. They have the pegs installed on the feet, and I was hoping they would be on the base to display it a little easier, but with that being said, it's not the end of the world, and I guess it does make it easier to add it to a diorama of your choice. Looking at it from the top down, you can see here this wonderful jaw sculpture here. The teeth are all really nice. I did have a paint rub on the canine, and I'm touching that up in the process. That's why you can see the character's right canine looks a little different, but we'll definitely have that touched up. The eye wash was kind of messy on mine. Unfortunately, a Q-tip with some water, I was able to scrub off the excess eye wash. And you can see here the mouth is really well painted with this beautiful purple tongue. But yeah, very simple paint application, but very well done. And the paint rub was totally my fault, so there's no issue there. One thing I thought that's a little odd is the figure is very glossy and it is very tacky to the touch. But that's really the only thing that I can find as a fault of this figure. Here's a look at the figure next to the Banpresto Year of the Monkey Oozaru. Kind of like that sculpt on the smaller one a little bit better. We then have the SH Figuarts Sand Raised on Earth Goku, the Funko Pop John Hammond, a Hot Toys Jedha Patrol Stormtrooper, a third-party 6-scale Tony Stark with Nanosuit, and you can see it dwarfs pretty much all of those figures. I really enjoy this figure. It is really nice. The painting and sculpting is really well done. It's very simple but extremely well executed. I give this figure a 10 out of 10 certified crispy. This is probably one of my favorite things that I've bought in a long time, and certainly getting it for well under the going rate does not hurt that opinion. I highly recommend you add it to your collection. Here's how I have it displayed alongside some of my other Dragon Ball collectibles. Again, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, comments that you'd like answered, please let me know down below, and I'd be happy to answer them. Thanks.